But in the end, when it's all said and done, it was Coach Nate Ritt who upstaged everybody and everything thanks to one of the ugliest coaching debuts that league has ever seen.
Thank you.
Pervin Liar cannot believe what an embarrassment this guy was as an NFL coach last night. And nobody's done it worse than Perv, and nobody ever will.
Stayed to see the grandkids.
I'm not going to draw any enormous conclusions, and I'm not going to hot take Coach Nate Ritt and say that his career is already over. I'm just saying last night was an unmitigated disaster. And it also violated a very important rule around here. Because if your name is Hackett, you can't make a coaching debut like that. Just like if your name is Scott Pippen, you can't go around stiffing people on tips. Because then you will get glossed no tippin' Pippen, and you'll have clones like Gino in San Antonio yelling your gloss in your face in random public places.
No tippin' Pippen!
Allegedly, or according to Gino. If your name is Nathaniel Hackett and you debut like that, you're going to get glossed. Nate can't hack it. And you have to know that. So everybody who takes a high-profile coaching job, before you say yes to the offer, remember your last name. Like, hey, Gino, my man Gino, did you see Nomar Garciaparra in that same liquor store that day with Scott Pippen? And did you scream out, hey, Nosmar?
No tippin' Pippen!
Nosmar!
No
Hey, Nosmar!
Pippen.
Hey, way to save your timeouts for the kneel downs. Can't hack it. Good stuff there. Mike McCarthy is laughing at you. Can't hack it.
Call timeout, Mike.
I mean, didn't the Broncos trade like 3 players and 5 draft picks for Brandon McManus? Didn't they do that? Didn't they mortgage their future and then commit $250 million to the kicker? Did McManus walk right into the huddle and say, yo, Russ, step aside.
Hey,
It's my... Hey, Russ.
Hey, Seattle.
Hey, Q1.
Hey, Seattle.
It's my time to shine. Because there's no way Nate's that dumb, right? Listen, Russ will be fine. Really bad start, but Russ will be fine. It can't get any worse than that. He's not going to get booed like that in every road game. He probably won't make the mistake of showing up in that mint tux ever again. Although the only thing louder than the boos was that suit. You know, look good, feel good, botch the end of the game good. Broncos country.
Broncos country.
It's time.
Let's ride.
Country.
Broncos country.
64-yard field goal attempt.
Let's ride.
Was country.
Broncos country.
Get denied.
Let's ride.
Was country.
Broncos country.
Sucks for you. Nate Ritt, your guy.
Let's ride.
Adel, you got to be partying so hard right now.
Go Hawks.
But nobody.
Go Hawks.
Gino. Go Gino.
Hey, Seattle.
Oh, Gino's got to be on top of the world. His face is still intact. And in prime time, he did Russ and Denver.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
Wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
They wrote
Man,
me
I
off.
love
I ain't
that.
right back.
Whatever the hell that means. All right, so just some opening thoughts on whatever the hell that was last night. On top of that, I still have more thoughts on Nate Ritt. Like, I don't even believe what I saw from that guy at the end of that game last night, and neither did anybody else. He did the impossible. He got all of Twitter to agree on one thing, that he wrecked the end of that. So on top of that, if not for that, well, always on a Tuesday, I'll react to a Monday game to start the show. Unless something really, oh, there it is. Did you see it on CBS Sports Network? Run it back, fellas. Yes, there it is. There's Nate. There's Coach Nate Ritt. Do you know which is which?
We took a chance when we had a chance, and I felt confident in him.
Holy crap. Holy doppelganger. And if it were the actual Ritt with headphones on, I don't know that we would have known the difference at the end of that game. We got to do the old switcheroo. We got to get Coach Nate Ritt in the studio one day, and then the actual Ritt on the sideline. I bet you wouldn't know the difference.
Damn right. That's how I roll.
Literally
We took a
just
chance
hit
when we had a
me
chance,
with,
and I
quote,
felt
that's a
confident.
damn good-looking head coach. Yeah, but he's damn horrible at his job like you are, Ritt. You two might be the most handsome guys ever. That's like one of those stories where the other day I was doing some cardio and I flipped on the TV and I watched, I don't know if it was Dateline or 48 Hours, but one of the true crime shows. And there was this unbelievable story about these 3 kids that were dropped off in paper bags in Southern California a few years apart. The same mother didn't want any of the kids and left them in bags. I mean, like a horrific story. And then somehow years later, some detective put it all together with, of course, DNA advances. I think that's Ritt and Nate Ritt. I think they were both dropped off in paper bags. But they were identical twins. So they were left in the same bag.
So my hard tickets are looking pretty puny right about now.
Look at them. You can't tell those two apart.
Look at his damn face.
It's like when the
bro.
legends, the Sklar's come in, and you have to always figure out a way to tell those guys apart because they're so awesome and so similar. And like these two Ritts, those guys are brilliant. So you come up with tricks to figure it out. I got to come up with tricks to figure out who's the actual Ritt and who's Nate Ritt, because based on coaching performance, you would never know. And when I would say no offense to either, but I mean great offense to both. All right, so on top of that, like I said, I could do 3 hours on that game alone.